Well, I happened to be cruising around Instagram and I stumbled onto this knife. If you can see here, this is a Delica flat WC orange, WC standing for Wharncliffe. And I didn't even know this knife existed. And when I first stumbled onto it, it actually was not live on Cutlery Shop's website. And it just so happened I checked back like 2 or 3 days later and the knife was available at Cutlery Shop. And I couldn't pass it up. I thought for the $77 that it cost, even though I had a Hat 40 Delica previously, I really honestly didn't even carry it a lot. And the reason I didn't carry it a lot is because the action was very stiff. But look at this. And that's out of the box. I have not carried this knife at all. So out of the box, this is a true one-handed knife. And I know I'm probably going to get some comments about, you know, you can do this thing here where you disengage the back lock and put your finger in here and bring it down, and or you hit the back lock and swipe it on your leg or whatever. I'm talking about, you know, honest to goodness, I only have one hand on this thing and I'm closing it up. No monkeying around with the knife, no possibly cutting myself with all this, you know, index finger in this hole and dropping it down. This just, you put your finger here and it just drops and you can just close it. So that took away one of my complaints with the Delica platform. I just couldn't fall in love with this backlock design, and that went the same for the Stretch 2 as well. Love the Stretch 2 platform. I could not fall in love with the backlock, but this knife really changed that with the action of the knife. And like I said, that's out of the box, so it's only going to get smoother. Now, like most of these Delicas, this spidey hole is extremely sharp. This spine is extremely sharp. It's not very finally finished, but you know, it's a $77 knife. I think overall it's a good value, especially when you consider the upgraded s30V steel. Now, s30V is not, you know, the end all be all, but s30V is an excellent steel for you know, just a daily user. On top of the steel upgrade, you'll notice this Wharncliffe blade. And this is not necessarily exclusive to this knife. There are other Spyderco Wharncliffes. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I really can't stand Wharncliffe blades. But I figured if I'm going to try another Delica, because it's got the upgraded steel, and it's also got a unique blade shape to pair with that steel, let's go ahead and we'll just give it a try. I haven't carried this knife at all, but what I can tell you is it does slice very well. The blade is extremely thin. The blade is also extremely sharp. I believe I have some phone book paper here, and you can see for yourself. That's out of the box. No stropping, no anything. That's just factory edge. So it's very sharp. My concern with the Wharncliffe blade is when you cut, I feel like you're constantly digging in with that tip and just using the front portion of the blade just an awful lot. So I'm going to try this out and give it a go, see how I like it. But overall, this is just an excellent knife. I didn't know it was available. I know a lot of you guys follow Spyderco more closely than I do, so you may have been aware that this blade is available. If not, definitely hop on over to Cutlery Shop. Here is the pamphlet that came with it. You can pause that there and read it if you'd like. I'm not going to hold it here, but Cutlery Shop was great. They got it shipped out pretty quickly. They included a pen and some dum-dums like always. Just a great place to deal with. And honestly, I like this one enough that I really want to buy two. I know some people, they think that these FRN scales are kind of cheap feeling. This is a $70 knife. It's a budget knife. It's not a Sebenza, but this is going to be plenty adequate for any daily user. I mean, this is just a working type knife. The only other knock, other than the sharp edges on the blade, the centering isn't good. but it's not awful. It could be worse. It doesn't rub. So like I said, I'm enjoying the knife. I wish it had a silver pocket clip, but you know, that's just another thing. So I guess there are 3 things that I would change, and I can and will get out the file and work on this spidey hole. I'm not too worried about the spine of the blade, but work these edges down some. The centering isn't great, and I'm sure if I was, you know, anal and nitpicky, which I know that some people have commented that they think I am, but this is just going to be a working knife for me, so I'm not going to worry about this centering. If I was anal and nitpicky about it, though, I could probably get in here and work with it and this, that, and the other, but I'm not going to do that. And the third thing would be the clip. I don't prefer the black clip, and then I know that there's been discussion about how this paint chips off of here over time, and then it starts to kind of look bad. I'm not concerned about it looking bad. I just don't like the black. So those are my 2 cents on this knife. If you have any comments or questions, please post them down below. And like I said, I definitely would pick one up if you did not know this knife existed, or if you did know and you were on the fence. It's an awesome knife at an awesome price. And I don't know. I know that there's been some talk about Spyderco price increases, the MSRP and the MAP pricing. I don't know if this is a model that'll be hit, meaning the Delica in general, but you may want to go ahead and snag up whatever Spydercos you want, because the prices are already starting to increase. So I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, a lazy man carries a dull knife.